You're listening to Spreaker Web Radio.
UFC on Fox Shogun versus Vera on Fox. Let's get into it, y'all. What a great fights. Great card. Give it up to the UFC for this one because they threw it out. They threw it down, and they did a hell of a job on this card. We're going to go through the... I say let's do the top two prelims and then the main card. Phil Davis versus Wagner Paredo. The fight went to a no decision due to a unintentional foul, aka an eye poke at 128 in the first round. Dana White came out there on the post conference and basically said, you know what, we're going to do a rematch for later on this year, maybe 153, somewhere around there. I'm going to say November, because that's when 153 is, and we're going to do that. So, no attention on anybody, but stuff happens. Nam Pham defeats Cole Miller in a split decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-28, and I really do think this should never been a split decision. Should have been a unanimous decision. Clearly, Nam Pham dominated Cole Miller and got it done. Prelims, good. Main card, even better. There was no decision. There was always a finish. Let's get into it. Mike Swick versus Demarcus Johnson. What can you say about this fight? First round, what a round. Guys went out. Second round, Mike Swick got a KO, man. Good to see Mike back. And if he can stay healthy, he will continue to be the beast that he was back in the day, about 2 years ago, before he got had health problems. So Mike Swift defeats Demarcus Johnson via TKO punches, 120 in the second round. Joe Luzin versus Jamie Varner. What a fight! What a war! Let's get a little bit in depth with it. First round, really good round, solid round. Those guys went at it. Second round, they turned it more from a stand-up fight to a technical fight, ground game, went ground and pound, but it was a close round. And then in the third, what a fight. Joe Luzin defeated Jamie Varner via submission, triangle choke, 244 in the third round. In the interview with Ariel Helwani, Jamie Varner said, yeah, I broke my right hand in the second round. And you can actually see in the footage. But what a fight. What a technical fight. Luzin is a beast. Varner, hey, he just got caught. It happens. He's good, and he's a good up-and-comer for the UFC. And in your co-main event of the evening. Now, before we get in these two last fights, Dana White said earlier this week that Shogun versus Vera fight would be, number one contender fight. Well, he came out there, I believe Thursday or so, possibly Wednesday, and said, you know what, these four guys are qualified for the number one contendership, whoever wins at UFC 152, between John Jones and Dan Henderson. So whoever's most impressive gets the shot. So, in the co-main event, Lyoto Machida versus Ryan Bader. First round, Machida, he's in control. Bader looks out of his game. Machida, he's really using those leg kicks, really getting Bader out of his game. He's not, stand up, trying to knock your ass down. He's more of just trying to pick his spots, more thinking than doing, and that was his downfall in this fight. Second round, looks more impressive, and then he gets the knockout. And he knocks out Ryan Bader with a KO punch at 132 in the second round. Lyoto Machida wins this one, and he looks like he's going to get the number one contendership. Now, after the last fight, I'll get into it more. Mauricio Shogun Hua versus Brandon the Truth Vera. A lot of people thinking that Brandon was the underdog in this one, and Shogun was going to run over him. And that totally did not happen. First round, good ground game by Shogun. Through this one, Shogun got in control, and then Vera had him in a guillotine for about a minute or so, teasing that he could get it done. But never happened. The second round, what a comeback by Vera. The first round, he got ground and pounded by Shogun, but Vera took him, and those guys just threw down for about 3 minutes, and they went to the ground game for the last two. But Vera really showed his stand-up. He's known for that. He loves to stand up and strike with you, and he showed that, and he could stand with the best of them in Shogun Hua. In the third round, Vera got beat down. He had heart. That's what got him for this fight. A lot of back and forth action, but Shogun getting the majority of the advantage in the punches on this one. And Vera, he stood there, he took what he could, and he got through this fight. And in the 4th round, what a war, guys. Vera gets knocked out, Shogun gets the win. Mauricio Shogun Hua defeats Brandon Vera via TKO punches, 409 in the 4th round. What a knockout. What a fight. What a war, and what a main event. A very impressive fight and a very good victory for Shogun Hua. But the question is, who will face who will face the winner of UFC 142 between Jon Jones and Dan Henderson? That goes down September 1st. Now, post-conference, which we have up on the site, MMAnews1.com. It's in the description for those links. Dana White said, you know what? Actually, before the conference, he said it on Fox to Joe Rogan that Lyoto Machida, he knocked out Ryan Bader in what was a very impressive and in a good fight for him, and he gets the opportunity. Shogun was very unimpressed and very disappointed in his out against the bout of Brandon Vera, and that was what his downfall was. So Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta and the UFC came up together and basically said, you know what, Lyoto Machida deserves this. He's the only man to defeat Jon Jones in 1 round. So let's give him the shot. And that's what they did. But the real question is who will face Lyoto Machida? Will it be Dan Henderson, and will it be the legend, the 41-year legend who knocked out Fedor? Or do you go with the young stud? Did Jon Jones, is he going to get it done? Is he going to continue the dominance of the light heavyweight division? Well, we're going to find that September 1st, 2012 at UFC 152. But until then, y'all, best show for a UFC show in a long time, and this has to be the best UFC show for thoughts ever. It wasn't a minute and a half of the very first one back in November, and the last two, not the best, but this one definitely delivered an awesome show. It was 2 hours, and it flew by. Anyway, y'all, what do you think? Leave in the comment area. Go to MMAnews1.com. It's in the description for those links. Check it all out. We have all news, results, coverage, video, everything else you need to know about this. I'm done rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. UFC on Fox 4 Shogun versus Vera review.